What's going on, guys? This is Sumner here. Got my green tea. Freaking delicious. I'm actually on vacation right now. I'm back home at my parents' place, and I wanted to make a video about a trade that I'm in. And I usually stray away from making trade alert videos or really just encouraging anyone to follow my trades. And not that this is an encouragement, but this is a really interesting trade and one that I've been looking at for a long time, and I know a lot of other people have been. So I'm actually short the Nasdaq currently, the future contract, the NQ. And I'm going to pull up my screen and just show you guys what I was looking at to get into the trade and just a couple of pieces of how this could pan out. Because I think it's very, very interesting. It seems like everyone's watching this trade right now. Could this be the correction? Is this going to be a larger pullback? And how is this going to pan out? And not that I know, but there's just a couple things that I find really interesting about this trade. So we're going to dive into my screen and take a look. Alright guys, I hope you can hear me clearly. I'm doing this off my laptop with no kind of professional mic or anything like that. So I hope the quality is decent. But right now we're looking inside my screen in Thinkorswim, and we're looking at the Nasdaq, which is the futures contract that I'm currently short. And I want to show you guys how I got into this trade and how I think this could pan out, and just a couple of different scenarios. So obviously, everyone's been stocking a short in the broader market for a long time. If you look at the weekly chart, you know the story. Pretty long and drawn out. Not that the market has to correct by any means, but it's something that a lot of people have been looking for a long time. Part of the reason that's probably why the market has kept on running is because everyone's getting short and squeezing and short and squeezing and just following that repetitious cycle. But I'm going to show you guys this trade in particular because I found it very interesting. So if we go back into July, we had this really strong run up. We made new highs ever so slightly. Didn't really like those new highs. Market pulled back. And then what we ended up doing was forming this really interesting range within here. And so we were range bound for a couple weeks, or about a week and a half. Broke out of that range, immediately broke down, and then we had a breakdown of the bottom of that range and immediately retraced. And so what that's telling us is the market doesn't really want to go up, it doesn't really want to go lower. It tested both ends, and both times it retraced those moves. Breaking down was a little more violent, but we had an equally violent rip higher, and this was on the North Korea scare over there. So this was very interesting. I actually got short into this. I think I was short somewhere into there on that Thursday or Friday that I entered that trade. Ended up, I think, covering for a break even or a small loss actually. When this thing ran back up, I wasn't expecting it to go as high. I thought it was going to hit this bottom of the channel and probably pull back. Not what happened, so I think I covered it for break even. And I was watching, looking for a short, but I wasn't looking to push anything. I was going to let the market show me what it wanted to do next. So we rejected off the high of this channel, pulled back. Looked like we were consolidating to make a nice run through it, is what I was saying. And we'll get out of the 4-hour chart, look at the hourly. This to me was the kiss of death though, because we came down, we consolidated, started building a nice higher low right here, pulled up, made another higher low. Looked like we were going to go for that run, and we broke out by a few ticks and immediately got slammed down. I mean, it was a pretty intense response that the market had to that breakout. So that was when I started to get interested in a short, but that in itself wasn't enough to create an entry off of. So I was looking for something a little more technical. And what we got here was this nice consolidation. It's like a wedge pattern. And what I was combining was the pattern for the entry, looking for a pattern that I'm familiar with, something that I've done before, and combining that with the bigger picture, the more macro picture of what was happening. Got in short here at 5.911. And we've had a decent little run down off of that. And I'm still in this. I'm in one contract currently. I haven't added to this position. And I'll give you guys a play of what I'm thinking could happen here. So if we go back a little bit, the market loves to make runs, pulls, runs, pulls, runs, pull, runs, pulls. And so what you'll get is like a rug pull like this. Looks like it's going to crash. Market rips back up, and then you actually get the real move. And so I'm thinking something similar could go down. Of course, we could get that just nice flush and send us down the drain. that would be awesome, but I just don't think that's how this market wants to play it out. I'm looking for something that's going to potentially pan out like this. Let me grab one of these tools. So I'm looking for a pull, maybe a break of these lows, a test, and then probably a run back up and a similar move to what we had here where we got that test, try to break out again, and then failed. So if we got another attempted breakout of this channel or even just a run up into that channel and we failed, to me that would be the kiss of death. I find it hard to believe that the market would tank right here, right now. Of course, this is all a hypothesis. This is just my view. I know a lot of people are betting on the fact that it will break down and that this is going to be a giant flush or a short-term correction. I'm just not fully convinced that that's how this market wants to play it out. But I'm prepared for both scenarios. I am in this trade short, so if it goes down, I will be making money on that. And then if it pulls up, I will add to my position gladly because the preferable trade would be in 2 to 3 contracts. That really matches my account and my risk profile. So being in 2 to 3 contracts would be the most ideal situation. But by no means am I going to add into an area where there's just no reason to be adding. I mean, this is not a trade setup that I would ever normally take, and so just that I'm in the trade doesn't give myself an excuse to add into a poor spot. So anyways, guys, this is a very weird, informal kind of video I wanted to throw out there and just see what you guys thought of this. I'm curious if any of you guys are taking this trade as well. I know a lot of people have their eyes on this. So leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think of this. And I will talk to you guys soon. Be sure to subscribe if you want to get more awesome trading content. All right, adios, amigos.